Good afternoon. Myself, SHANTILAL, Vocational instructor from National Skill Training Institute, Calicut. Today, discussing about ducts, grills, and air filters. In air conditioning systems, these are main components for circulating and cleaning air. First, I show a central air conditioning system with these components in a sketch. So this is central air conditioning system, and this system consists of a plant room, air handling unit room, then air conditioning room. In air handling room, air is processing and supplying conditioned air into the air conditioning room and bring back to AHU. Here, duct is required for supplying air and back to AHU. Same time, we can take fresh air from outside to AHU. So today our one topic is duct. This is supply duct, and this is return duct, and this is fresh air duct. And another topic is grills and diffusers. End of the duct for getting a plusing appearance and directing the desired direction of flow of air. Grills and diffusers we are using, so that location is coming here, and same time we have to clean the air. For that purpose, air filters are required. So today we can discuss about ducts, then grills and filters. So what is ducts? What are the types of ducts? Then air distribution method. What is grill? What are the types of grills? What is air filter? What are the types of filters? These are the topics to be covered now. First, duct. What is duct? Duct are like pipes and used to carry conditioned air from AHU to the rooms to be air conditioned and bring back the used air to AHU with the help of fan or blower of the air conditioning unit. So this is the duct. The function of this duct is to carry the conditioned air from AHU. From here, the conditioned air is taken and supplied into the air conditioned room. Here it is the air conditioned room. Here we are supplying with the help of this duct, and after using conditioned air from air conditioned room, it brings back to AHU with the help of return duct and blower. That is known as duct. So next, duct materials. Ducts are generally made of GA sheet, aluminum sheet, black sheet, or fibers or PVC, and are designed in various shapes. Generally, GA sheet is using, and thickness is varying from 26 gauges to 16 gauges, that is 0.5 mm thickness to 1.6 mm thickness. And these ducts are available in small pieces and extended to long lengths, and these includes elbows, bends, dampers, lowers, and turning vanes for distribution of air and changing the directions of air. These ducts are insulated from outside or inside so that outside weather may not affect the conditioned air in the ducts. The ducts are insulated with the help of thermocol or glass wool or nitrile foam to prevent the condensation of moisture and prevent the transmission of heat from outside to inside. Some ducts I am showing to you. These are the shapes and joints is coming: spiral duct, aluminum foil flexible duct, oval type duct. This showing PVC duct and some bend. This bend duct, 90-degree stamping duct, 90-degree bend duct, heat preservation flux duct, rectangular. So these are the different bends are coming. So these ducts having elbows, bends, dampers, louvers and turning vanes for distribution of air and changing the directions of air in desired direction. So generally these are made up of GA sheet or aluminum sheet, black sheet or some other materials. And generally we are using galvanized iron because galvanized iron is a rust proof and no need of further painting, and its thickness is generally we are using with the 0.5 mm to 1.6 mm, and it is insulated from outside or inside to prevent the condensation of moisture and prevent the heat transmission. Then we can go through types of ducts. Firstly, with respect to the function, the ducts are classified into three types: supply duct, return duct and fresh air duct. So we can see the figure. Already we have seen supply duct, return duct and fresh air duct. The function of supply duct is to carry the conditioned air from air tube and supplying into the air conditioned room. In air handling unit, the high temperature with dust and moisture air is cleaned, purified and cooled, dehumidified. The conditioned air is taken through supply duct with the help of blower and supplying into the air conditioned room. So it is a connection between AHU air handling unit and air conditioned room for supplying air from AHU to air conditioned room. That duct is known as supply duct. So the function of supply duct is to carry conditioned air from air handling unit to air conditioned room. Then return duct. The function of return duct serves the function of carrying the used air from the conditioned room and return it to the air tube. That means after supplying conditioned air into the air conditioned room, it is used with the purpose or other purpose. Then afterwards, the used air is back to air conditioning room to air handling. For that, one connection is required. That connection is known as return duct. The function of return duct is to carry used air from air conditioned room to air handling unit. Normally, return duct is not required for insulation and generally it is passing through false ceiling. If it is going outside type, then sometimes it need insulations. Then another one duct is fresh air duct. The function of fresh air duct is to carry outside fresh air and supplying it to the AHU. Because due to continuous usage of air, then oxygen content will be reduced and CO2 level will be increased. To maintain the comfort, sufficient CO2 also required. At that time, we are taking outside fresh air and given to AHU. That in that AHU, the fresh air and return air is mixed and given to filter and cooled, dehumidified and supplied to air conditioned room. For that purpose, one duct is required. That duct is known as fresh air duct. Simply, we can tell taking fresh air outside to edge. So with respect to the function, three types of duct: supply duct, return duct, and fresh air duct. Then on the base of shape, duct having a shape. With respect to the shape, the duct is of square or rectangular type, round type, and flexible type. Square or rectangular type means this type duct is in the form of square or rectangular, and this type is very easy for construction as well as installation. Then another is round duct. This type of duct is in the form of a round pipe or round shape, and it has one advantage: air can pass through it very easily and friction is very less. And generally this round duct we are using in open spacing or open ducting. And another type duct is known as flexible duct. This type of duct is generally made of wire of spring steel in the shape of a round pipe. This duct has the flexibility and can be adjusted in the desired direction. Some place flexibility is required. At that time, we will prefer flexible duct. By that, we have to easily carry the air, and in complicated area, we can fix flexible duct for getting more flexibility. So with respect to the shape, duct is of three type: square type, round type, flexible. Square, sometimes we are also using rectangular. So square or rectangular, installation base very easy and little bit friction also will be there. A round type duct, friction is very less and more pressure is creating. And flexible duct, somewhere flexibility is required, at that time we can select flexible duct also. So this is the one model of a square ducting. See, these are the ducting. And another, this is the open type ducting and round type. So this is the type of round duct. And in open place, we will prefer round duct and will give a more appearance in open places. And this is the flexible duct. It has more flexibility. In complicated areas, we can fix this flexible type duct. Then on the base of pressure, in duct having a pressure, that is static pressure. We are telling static pressure. When the static pressure in the duct is less than 50 mm of water gauge, then we can need one low pressure duct. That is known as low pressure duct. Then if the static pressure is maintained up to 150 mm of water gauge, then we can require a medium pressure duct. That is known as medium pressure duct. And another is high pressure duct. In that duct, the static pressure is maintained in the range of 150 mm to 250 mm of water gauge. That is known as high pressure duct. So with respect to the pressure of the duct is of three types: low pressure duct, medium pressure duct, and high pressure duct. In low pressure duct is maintained in the pressure of 50 mm of water gauge, and medium is maintained up to 150 mm of water gauge, and high pressure duct maintained in the range of 150 to 250 mm of water gauge in the duct. Next, in duct, the air is moving and air having a velocity. On the base of velocity, the duct is classified into two types: low velocity duct and high velocity duct. In low velocity duct, when the velocity of air in the duct is up to 600 meter per minute, this type duct is called low velocity duct. Then high velocity duct, the velocity of air in the duct is more than 600 meter per minute, then we can call high velocity duct. So with respect to the velocity, the duct is classified into two types: low velocity duct and high velocity duct. So low velocity duct means velocity of air is maintained up to 600 meter per minute, and high velocity duct means maintained up to more than 600 to 600 meter per minute. So these are the types of duct. So firstly, with respect to the function, supply duct, return duct and fresh air duct. With respect to the shape, square or rectangle, then round and flexible. With respect to the pressure, low pressure duct, medium pressure duct, high pressure duct, and with respect to the velocity, low velocity duct and high velocity duct. Then another is fittings. That duct is fitting into the air conditioned room. By that fitting arrangement, ducts are classified into three types: loop perimeter duct, radial perimeter duct, and extended plenum duct. What is loop perimeter duct? Loop perimeter duct means, in the case of this type of duct, conditioned air is brought from the plant, that means AHU, through a joint duct that is known as plenum to the space to be air conditioned. Here, this conditioned air is evenly distributed through several branch ducts running from plenum to the perimeter of the building to be air conditioned. Many outlets are fitted at the various places in the duct running around the perimeter of the building. Now I show the loop perimeter duct, how the air is flowing and how it is fixed. So this is the sketch of a loop perimeter duct, and this is the room boundary and having a center plenum, plant plenum, and covered with a ducts and having several outlets. This one outlet, another outlet, this is another outlet, this is another outlet, this is another outlet, and this is another outlet. From AHU, the supplied air reaches to the central plant plenum. Here it is reached and it is distributing to this side and this side. All sides are it is distributing, and through this it is coming out. So by perimeter based on the room, throughout all area the air is coming out. This type of duct arrangement is known as loop perimeter duct. Next is radial perimeter duct. This type of duct, conditioned air is brought from the plant through a joint duct to the space to be air conditioned. Here, this conditioned air is evenly distributed in all directions through several branch ducts fitted around the radius of the joint duct. Outlet grills are connected with the end of branch duct. Now I show the sketch. This is a radial perimeter duct. This is the room, and this is the central plenum or plant plenum, and several outlets. This is one outlet, another outlet, another outlet, and these are small branch duct. Through central plant plenum, the air reached here and it is distributed to these small branch ducts, and through this outlet air is going out radially. So throughout the room or entire room equally we can distribute the air into the entire room. Another is extended plenum duct. In the case of this type of duct, conditioned air is brought from the plant through a joint rectangular plenum to the duct extended along the center of the room to be air conditioned. Here, this conditioned air is evenly distributed in all directions through several branch ducts running from the joint duct to each other. See, this is the extended plenum duct. In this system, this is the main duct. This is showing main duct and having some branch ducts. These are branch duct. This is also branch duct. Okay, and each branch duct end having air outlets. These are air outlets. By that outlet, the air is distributing to the outside and equally distributed to the entire room. So this is the one type of extended plenum duct. So with respect to the fitting, loop perimeter duct, radial perimeter duct and extended plenum duct. These are the ducts with respect to the fitting method. Then now shape we are learned, then fitting method we are learned, function of the duct we are learned. Once all these factors are over, then another one important factor is air distribution. The function of duct is to carry air. So we carried it. Once we are carried, then we have to distribute the air into the air conditioned room. Then only we will get clear air contact. So now we can go through air distribution systems. Conditioned air is supplied by the air condition plant at temperature and velocities with different greatly from those in the occupied zone of the space or room. It is a proper distribution of this air in a room which brings the temperature and velocities to the acceptable level. Conditioned air is fed into a room through some openings duly covered with grills by any of the following distribution system. By these distribution systems, that is ejector system, downward system, upward system, by these methods we can distribute the conditioned temperature and velocity of air into the occupied zone by ejector method or downward method or upward method. Ejector system. In ejector system, the inlet grill ejects the air into the room and induce sufficient velocity of circulation. Most important system of this type are showing now. This is the method of ejector system, having an inlet, having an outlet. This is the room. Now the conditioned air is ejecting through inlet grill, and by that the air is moving to the entire room and back to the outlet through this grill and back to HO. This is a one method of ejector system. Through inlet air is ejecting. This is the another method. Through here air is ejecting through and air is coming down, and see through top to this coming out, and here air exit. So one air inlet and one air outlet. By this method the air is ejecting to the room. This is the another method of ejector system. This is another model of ejecting through sides. It is two air inlets, one air outlet. Through these sides the air is ejecting and coming down and flowing upwards to the center. By this method the air is ejecting. This is another method of ejecting. This is the air inlet and this is the air outlet, and this height is we are maintaining in the range of 2 meters, and this is the floor. By one side we are ejecting and taking it to out. So this is the method of air ejecting. By this air ejecting, the properly air distribution is occurring into the air conditioned room. Then downward system. Downward system, simply we can tell the air is dropping down from top to bottom. That is known as downward system. In this system, conditioned air is introduced through the openings located in the ceilings and removed through the openings made in floor or in walls near the floor. The downward system should endeavor to spread the incoming air uniformly above the occupied space. This system is costly because preferred type sealing is to be provided. This system works satisfactorily in theaters, auditoriums, schools, and offices. So I am showing the downward system sketch. So suppose this is a shopping mall or theater or school. In that area, from top, this is the perforated ceiling. From top, the air is delivering downwards and taking out through the bottom. So these two are air outlet and top is air inlet. Through top, the air is distributing and coming down and going out. This is another type of air distribution. This type of air distribution is known as downward system. By seeing the movement, we can tell downward. First, we are explaining about ejector system. By ejecting one side, air is ejecting, and the other side it is taking it out. Now it is the air is distributing from top to bottom. So three types of distribution method will be there: air ejector system and downward system, and another next is upward system. This is upward. Upward, we can simply tell reverse of downward system. In downward, top to bottom we are supplying. Now in upward system, bottom to top. The upward flow system of air distribution are installed where the air in the room occupied by persons rising carrying it with the vitiating products from their bodies along with some optional odor. The foul air outlets are installed in the ceilings or in the walls near the ceiling. In this type of air distribution systems, the occupants are likely to face draft if velocity of air is not controlled properly. So this is the another method of upward airflow method. From bottom to top, the air is supplying. By that, any vitiating products are will be in down. It not go to A2. So this is another type of air distribution by upward flow. Here mainly the air is supplying from bottom to top. Next, we can go for grills. So once duct is over, at the end of the duct, opening will be there. That opening we have to properly cover. Then only we will give some appearance as well as to avoid passing any insects or some small animals from outside to inside, or birds, to preventing birds, small insects or some small birds flowing outside to inside. We need a prevention. For that purpose, we will provide grills. So grills is a preferred covering fitted at the end of the duct, and it gives a pleasing appearance at the duct, and it allows the quantity and flow of air in a particular direction. Generally, the air outlets are connected to the supply duct by a short extension collar or duct piece. Suppose duct is over, at the end of the duct some extension collar or small duct piece we are fixing, then end we are covering with the grills. It is a protective cover. It is a protective cover to prevent passing any small birds or small animals from outside to inside, and giving a pleasing appearance as well as a particular quantity of air and flow can be flow through these grills. Then grill and diffusers. Diffuser means a device used to direct the air at different angles by profiled blade. When the air is leaving the unit and going into space is known as diffuser. But grill means a special device used to supplying and extracting air vertically without any kind of deflection is called grill. Through grill, by a particular direction it is moving, but diffuser different angles through different angles the air is moving. The diffuser, different types of diffusers will be there. A circular type or square type or rectangular outlet discharging supply air in a spreading pattern. By that different angles the air is moving out. It is generally installed in a ceiling. The frames and blades are made of extruded aluminum profiled concession. Lever type core is fixed to the frame with aluminum pins loaded with steel springs. Opposed blade damper is screwed open from the face of the diffuser after removing the internal core. Rectangular or square diffusers are available in one way, two ways, three ways, or four-way throw systems. So this is an example of one diffuser, and this is a particular type of diffuser, slotted type diffuser. In slotted type diffuser, a long narrow air distribution outlet comprised of deflecting members located in the ceiling, sidewall. It can distribute supply air in varying directions and planes. Air distribution can be changed vertically or horizontally by means of deflection blades without changing the airflow rate. These blades can be fully adjusted from the face opening. Airflow rate can be adjusted by fixing hit and miss damper at the rear side of the diffuser. Damper blades are adjusted from the face of opening. So this is the one slotted diffuser sketch. So through here, vertical flow or horizontal flow will be there, and there is no less of the quantity of air, sufficient quantity of air we can distribute in desired angles. And another type of linear bar grill, this is a purely grill type. Frame and face bar are of high quality extruded aluminum profiled construction. Horizontal face bar with 0 degree or 15 degree. So, and it is one-way throw are fixed radially to the frame with 8 mm pipes. Grills are fixed with an opposed blade damper by grippers to ensure positive control over the air stream. Damper blades can be screwed operated from the face opening of the grill. So this is simply a grill linear bar type, and it is a fixed one. It can be horizontal face. This is the face is horizontal face, and angle is 0 degree or 15 degrees arranged, and it is one-way throw fixed, and it is arranged by a 8 mm pipe. Then behind this grill we can fix a damper blade, can be screwed. If damper is fixed, we can control the flow also. And this is the sketch of round diffuser, very good throw in desired directions. So all suppose in center of the room, if it is fixed a round diffuser, all sides clearly we can distribute the air. Very good diffuser. Another a square type or rectangular shape type diffuser. Through this also, four sides also we can distribute the air. This is a model of grill with the diffuser. Grill will be there, simultaneously diffuser also arranged. Then this is only a grill and fixed on the return, so we are calling return air grill. So this sketch, internal sketch of a damper. What is damper? Damper is a wall. Damper is a wall or plate that stop or regulate the flow of air inside a duct. That means, see, these are the side levers. By turning this lever, see, this is the airflow sides. These flows can be stopped or reduced. So damper is a valve or plate that stops or regulates. We can regulate. That means increase the flow or decrease the flow, or increase the quantity or decrease the quantity of air inside a duct or chimney, or variable air volume box, or air handler, or other air handling equipments. A damper may be used to cut off central air conditioning, that is heating or cooling, to an unused room, or to regulate it from room by room temperature and climate. So by this dampers, suppose some rooms no need of heating or cooling, so in branch duct or on the way of the duct, if we fix this damper, we can close. By that closing, conditioned air or heated air or cooled air will not go through. By this way, we can control the flow. This is known as damper. So this is the another model of damper. So this is the hand operated valve. By turning this valve, we can reduce the flow, or we can fully close the air circulation. Next, we can go for filter. So once the conditioned air is supplied to the room and duct is repaired, so at the end of the duct, we need flushing appearance. For that purpose, grills or diffusers are providing. Then the used air is back to air2. By this circulation time, the dust, dirt, and other foreign materials enters into the air. These foreign particles purify and supply to the air conditioned room. For that purification, we need filter. Okay, so now we can go filter. What is filter? So both outside fresh air and recirculated air contain dust and impurities. The number and size of these dust particles vary according to the location and environment. So depends upon situations, the dust or impurities or other foreign materials will be more or decrease. The recirculated air contains dust and vapor particles, for example, tobacco smoke, perspirations, etc. In a conditioned space, dust can emanate from the abrasion of floors, carpets, clothing, and can be carried in by the occupants. An average person spends about 80% of his time indoors. He breathes approximately 15 kg of air and derives 60% of his energy from air. So, air within the conditioned space should be comparatively free of dust to maintain hygienic and comfortable conditions. For that purpose, we need air filters for filtering. This is the one model of a filter in split air conditioner. So see, this is a clean filter and this is a dirty filter. Suppose if it is not cleaned, this dirty will go into the air conditioned room. That is, we feel discomfort. So in air conditioning process, temperature controlling, humidity controlling, air circulation, and air purification, 4 processes will be there. In that 4 process, air purification is very important factor. For that purification, air filters are required in air conditioning. In industrial applications, cleanliness of inside air assumes an even greater importance, such as in assembling of electronic components, watches, precision instruments, etc. There are many applications which call for extremely low levels of contaminants in the room air. So, industrial also, for assembling electronic components, like watches or some other precision instruments or engines, petrol engine or diesel engines. Moreover, we can simply tell for painting booth, clean air is required. For fine finishing of paint, such type of rooms, fine filtering is required or cleanliness of inside is must. For that purpose, filtering is very important in air conditioning. In ISO defines a clean room as a room in which the concentration of airborne particles is controlled and which is constructed and used in a manner to minimize the introduction, generation and retention of particles inside the room, and in which other relevant parameters, example temperature, humidity and pressure are controlled as necessary. Now we can go for types of filters. The common filters are pre-filter. It is also known as sieve or screen filter, viscous filter, or sometimes we will call wet filters, fine filter, HEPA filter, high efficiency particulate air filter, HEPA filter, automatic self-cleaning filter, and electronic filter. So these are the some common filters: pre-filter, viscous filter, fine filter, HEPA filter, automatic self-cleaning filter, and electronic filter. Now we can go one by one. Pre-filter. What is pre-filter? Or it is also known as sieve or screen filters. As the name implies, the filtering media will not allow the dust particles to pass through. Since the intersections of a screen type filter must be smaller particle to be filtered. These filters offer high resistance to the airflow. The resistance increases as the media gets covered with the filtered material. Ultimately, the airflow can completely cease when all intersections get plugged. So, generally, some clean rooms we need pre-filter and second filter. In pre-filter, first primarily it is cleaning with the help of this type filters. By primarily filtering, that is known as pre-filters. With the help of pre-filters, firstly the dust and other particles is plugging up. By that, one step is cleaned, then it is go to the second stage. Now we are using for that purpose pre-filters. Another is the viscous method. Viscous method means we also known as wet type. This has two basic components. The filter media causes the airstream and suspended particles to change their direction vigorously. A sticky coating is applied to the filter media. The sticky coating holds on to the particles. This type requires a lot of maintenance work. Generally, metal ferrules randomly packed in frame and wetted with oil act as the filter media. These are capable of filtering particles of 15 to 20 micron in size. Present day, it is used comfort application as pre-filter for clean rooms applications having the filtering media of synthetic material in the form of mesh stitched and formed into deep holes in MS frame. It arrests particles 10 to 20 microns with 90% efficiency. So this one type of filter. This filter having coated with some oil. So 15 to 20 microns of small particles dust will arrest in the surface of the filter. By that, its efficiency will be 90%. So some oil is coating. That's why we are called viscous. Once this coated material is absorbed, for cleaning, its maintenance is some little bit difficult. For cleaning this, we are using steam pressures for removing the oily and coated materials. So its maintenance will be more. So why it is called viscous means surface of this filter, we are coated with some sticky coating materials like oil, and it would absorbing capability about 15 to 20 microns, and its efficiency is 90%. Another is the fine filters. Fine filters used where filtering is required down to 5 microns. This filter has micro layers of fiberglass, which has the advantage of fire resistance, moisture resistance, strength, and good dust retention capacity. They will have an efficiency of 99.9% down to 5 micron. So this is a fine filter, and it arrests up to 5 micron size dust particles, and its efficiency is 99.9%. So it is a very good filter. So in a particular applications, very ultra clean rooms, in that areas we can use fine filters, and these fine filters arrest up to 5 micron size dust particles. Another is absolute filter or HEPA filter for clean rooms where dust has to be arrested down to 0.3 microns. Absolute or high efficiency particulate air filters are used. They are usually located at the air terminals, supply air outlet. In current design of HEPA filters, the filtering media in a sheets of extremely fine glass fiber interwoven in diverse directions and mixed with since the fibers in the filtering media usually have a diameter between 0.1 and 10 microns and have the ability to capture sub-micron sized particles. They offer low resistance to the airflow and can achieve 99.7% efficiency down to 0.3 micron. So this is a very good filter in particular area. Some particular application we need, some hospitals or some other place, absolute or HEPA filters are needed. In that area, the dust particles will arrest down to 0.3 particles micron size, and efficiency will be very high, 99.7%. This is the diagram of a HEPA filter. Through this side, the air is entering, and when it is entered, these small particles of dust will be absorbed here, and then the pure air is passing through outside. Then this pure air is passing through cooling coil for further process. Then another one filter is known as automatic self-cleaning filters. This is a airlay type filter. So in a filter we need cleaning. Once dust will be occur after 15 days or 30 days, we have to clean the filter. So here automatically the filter is also to be cleaned. Such filter is known as automatic self-cleaning filter. Automatic self-cleaning filter are used with central AC. Such type of air filters is like a mat and is rolled vertically by an electric motor. For cleaning and applying oil to the filter, a container of oil is kept under the filter. When the filter is rolled vertically by the motor through the oil under it, it itself becomes clean and coated with a film of oil. Air is cleaned by passing through such self-cleaning filters. This that automatic self-cleaning filter. See, this is the bottom. Here oil is there, and top having a motor, and this motor is rolled vertically by a mat. When it is rotating, this mat is touching to the oil. This time the dirty air is passing through this mat. At that time the mat absorbs dust particles. Then after rotation, the dust particle will collect in the oil. That's why it is called self-cleaning. So now the mat is cleaned. When the mat is touches to the oil and the mat is to be cleaned. So air is cleaned and also filter also cleaned. That's why we are called automatic self-cleaning filter. And last is the electronic filter. This is such application we are using electronic filter, it has a disadvantage because some risky will be there. We are giving some electrical charge to the system. So we have to take very care in this type filters. By charging a direct particle by an electrostatic charge, it can be attracted to a field having the opposite electric charge as it is carried along the airstream. The airstream to be filtered is passed through an electrostatic field strong enough to charge the particles in the airstream. The air is then passed between parallel plates, one set charged positively and other set of plate grounded charged negative. The positively charged particles in the airstream are attracted to the negative charged plates and are held on the plate. So this is the electronic filter. By this filter, see, consists of a heavy duty frame, take neo frame gasket, concrete separators, fiber glass asbestos filter media. So through this air is passing. At that time, it absorbs the dust particles will be here. The few particles in the airstream which do not get charged in the electrostatic field tends to attract the positive plate. Once the charged particles contact the negatively charged plate, they lose their charge, and as more number of particles collect on the plate, they can fall off. A sticky adhesive coating is given to the plate in some cases to hold the dust particles to allow less frequent cleaning of the plates. The plates are cleaned periodically by spraying water or by dipping them in oil. The electrostatic field is created by stepping up the line voltage through a power pack to a high DC static voltage of say 12 to 13 kilovolt. That's why I'm already told it is a dangerous one. The electrostatic field consists of ionizing section with earth electrodes and positively charged wires strung between them. The electrical field ionizing the dust to positive charge. These charged particles are deposited on the separate plate held at negative charge in this separator section, which is built similar to an electrical capacitor by plates which are alternately charged about 6 kV and negative earth. So by this action, some dust particle will be charged and collected in the plate and it is filtered. This is known as an electronic filter. So the filter is classified as pre-filter, viscous filter, fine filter, HEPA filter, automatic, self-cleaning filter, and electronic filter. So these type of filter are used to clean the air in air conditioning. So today we are covered what is duct, what are the types of duct, what is grill, how the air is distributed, then how we can filter the air. I hope you understand this topic about ducts, grills and filters. If you have any doubts regarding this, you can please contact by this number 9446 470 830. I will be available up to 1 hour for you for further discussions. Very happy. You can call or you can WhatsApp me any doubts or any suggestions or your valuable feedback. Thank you.